Hello, everyone. Am I audible now? I think now I'll be audible. Uh, am I audible now? Audrey? Yes, Shubhoji. Thank you so much. Yes, my bad. Some new, we try to upgrade the technology. जितना technology upgrade होता है, उतना ही हमारा basic sense downgrade हो जाता है. Sorry guys for all this confusion. Yeah, everybody has joined. Shala, are you here? And okay. Okay, give me one more second, guys. Okay, let's begin now. Can I have the videos on for everyone? We are a closed group. आप सब almost मुझे जानते हैं. Because I can see you here, I am promoting you to panelist. And just message in the group the link. Confuse मत करो, यही वाले link में लोगों को भेजो. And let them. Okay. Yojna, Audrey, do you want to switch on your videos? No response. Am I audible clear? Clear. Should we start? Give me a thumbs up if we need to start. Unable to join. Yojana is saying unable to join. Do you want to say something, Audrey? I've unmuted you guys. Yes, tell me.
I'm just seeing there is an option to display my video.
You don't see any option to display your video.
Yes, I'm just trying to see how do I
Okay.
start my video.
Same here, everybody is writing. It's okay. नहीं आ रहा है वीडियो ऑन करने का. Okay. Chat is also not visible to us. Vikas, are you there? Can you see, look into this कि हम कैसे इनका chat और वो on कर सकते हैं? Okay, guys, it's okay. I have, I think what I can do is I've unmuted you guys so you can raise your hand and ask if you want to. Otherwise, let's dive into the workshop, listen, and जो भी questions होंगे बाद में हम लोग discuss कर सकते हैं. ठीक है? Should we start?
Yes.
चल. आई थिंक यू कैन मैसेज, तो आप लोग मैसेज में डालते रहिएगा वॉट एवर योर थॉट्स और इश्यूज आर. Okay, I think I can see her and I can allow you to chat. Okay, let's start. Let me share my screen. Please select the option to share. Okay, I think now you're able to see my screen. Okay, cool. So let's start. Mm, hmm. Okay, hello and namaste everyone. Thank you so much for joining the webinar and patiently bearing with all this confusion, but now we are good to go. So welcome to the Garbha Sankalp program, the program that will transform the way how you look at your fertility journey and take you closer to your dream of parenthood. Fast track you on the path of success and reverse your infertility. Remove the challenges in your fertility journey. बहुत कुछ अच्छे के लिए बदलने वाला. So you need to be super focused and super attentive. So are you ready for this transformation? I am Gitanjali and I want to welcome each of you to this special session. Today we are talking about a topic that is very close to my heart. Transforming mindset to get pregnant. This workshop is for all the Indian couples out there who have been trying to conceive, whether naturally or through IVF, and are feeling the stress, the delay, or the frustration. I want you to know that you are not alone and there is hope. And in this workshop, we will talk about 3S framework. The toolkit to manage this journey, like supplement list of tests, list of questions to ask your doctor, how to take treatment decisions, mindset exercises, prompts, and so much more. And I'll give you the fertility blueprint, the checklist, and the toolkit, जो मैं आपको यहाँ पे भी दिखाऊंगी, and then WhatsApp group में भी we'll send you there. So I know in India, as soon as you get married, everybody from your dadi to nosy neighbor to is eager to ask you, good news kab de rahe ho? It's like you barely finish your vidai and the pressure starts. So we'll use a bit of humor to lighten the mood because sometimes you just need to laugh at the absurd advice we get. आधा किलो दूध पी लो रोज तभी बच्चा हो जाएगा. Sounds familiar? But behind these jokes, if we leave these jokes, I deeply understand the emotional roller coaster you're on. The monthly anticipations, the disappointments, the doctor visits, the well meaning but hurtful comments. It can take a toll on anyone's mind. मैं समझ सकती हूँ आपका पेन, क्योंकि मैं खुद इस पेन से गुजर चुकी हूँ फॉर 10 years। एंड जब आप इस जर्नी में होते हो तो इवन अ सिंपल टास्क लाइक गोइंग टू ऑफिस या फिर मीटिंग द कजन्स, इट जस्ट बिकम्स लाइक अ टास्क। You start hiding from the society. You want to hide and run away. सब कुछ बेमानी सा लगता है। ऐसा लगता है कि एक बार बच्चा हो जाए तब मैं लाइफ एंजॉय करूंगी। पर आज मैं आपको प्रूव करूंगी कि यही सोच हमें रोक रही है फ्रॉम गेटिंग प्रेग्नेंट, और यही सोच हमें चेंज करना है। Why are we talking about mindset? Because research and experience both show that our mental and emotional state play a huge role in our fertility journey. When we are stressed, our body produces hormones like cortisol that can interfere with the reproductive hormones and reduce your chances of conception. Whether naturally or IVF, that's the point besides. But it will just slow down your process of conceiving or getting pregnant. In fact, studies have shown that women with a history of depression or anxiety are twice as likely to experience infertility, and that high anxiety can prolong the time it takes to get pregnant. Now, this study that you see here by Dr. Patel and Dr. Sharma clearly shows that almost 80% of women going through infertility have moderate to chronic stress. हम माने या ना माने, there is definitely stress when undergoing infertility. Some accept and take decision, and some people will not even acknowledge it. And then some people will accept it but will not take any action. And it is the last two type of people who are most in number and keep going in that vicious cycle. They don't know how to break it. They don't know how to reverse infertility. On the other side, mind and body programs reduce stress and have been known to significantly improve pregnancy rates. One study shows 55% of women, 55%, when they were in a mind body program, conceived versus only 20%. So you see this huge difference that mind balance can make. The Mayo Clinic data here shows stress really can affect the fertility. So couples realize this. It's not just all in their head, it is real physical effects. And by highlighting this 55% versus 20% pregnancy rate study, we give them, there's a hopeful statistics that managing stress can make a difference. And this justifies why focusing on mindset is worthwhile. And this is not magic. This is just the power of mind-body connection. It's like a flight or fight mode. And let's get out of that flight mode and let's create a new life. Let's create a new life mode. बात बहुत सिंपल है। या तो आप डर के छुप जाओगे, लाइक इन आवर केस, इधर आप सोशल होना बंद कर दोगे या फिर आप बिना सोचे बस एक के बाद एक ट्रीटमेंट कराते रहोगे, या फिर आप डिसाइड करोगे कि मुझे लड़ना है, मुझे हिम्मत करनी है और मुझे आगे बढ़ना है, इस साइकिल ऑफ इनफर्टिलिटी को तोड़ना है। सो जब आप फाइट मोड में आओगे, then things will start changing, not only from inside but outside also. Also, things will change with your immediate family around. Even in our Indian traditions, they understood this link. Did you know in ancient times, couples performed a ritual called Garbha Sanskar to prepare the body and mind? It was a proper step-by-step ritual जिसका मॉडर्न वर्जन इंटरप्रिटेशन was simply focused on being a happy mode, building that intimacy, working in unison, couples के विचार, thought process, mood एकदम aligned होना चाहिए. Then you have the right conception, because goal is not to just conceive but to deliver a happy and healthy baby. Right? सही है. You don't want to conceive that leads into a miscarriage. वो तो और भी stressful है. Ask me. I had experienced 5 miscarriages. Painful word भी बहुत छोटा लगता है उस feeling को describe करने के. One text describing this ritual in the Vedic Shastras advises that a couple must remain fresh and happy on the chosen day, because unhappiness will not produce good children. Let me tell you my cheat code version of this ancient ritual. So, jab I learned about this powerful technique, then I started getting conscious. We would put some nice soft music, keep the bedroom clean, some fragrant flowers or candles. We would spend some time talking, some time spent in looking good and grooming yourself. अच्छा, हम जब पार्टी में जाते हैं तो फोकस करके तैयार होके जाते हैं, तो क्या हम अपने पार्टनर के लिए एफर्ट करके तैयार नहीं हो सकते? Then do some breathing and calming exercises, holding each other's hand. Then open your eyes and look into each other's eyes. Yes, this is very powerful. Just sit आमने सामने, hold each other's hand and look into the eyes. बिल्कुल चुपचाप. And let the emotions flow. Whatever comes, give it some time, at least 5 to 7 minutes. Straight into the eyes, into the soul. No distractions. हाँ, phone silent में और दूसरे room में. Please, from the start itself. You will see how it completely changes you as a couple. When I did this ritual for the first time, tears kept rolling. I was seeing my partner in a completely new perspective. I could see his pain also. After all, he also eagerly wants to be a father. And you know what is the worst? Men mostly can't hide much from society. Like we women still can. But they have to face the society. And trust me, ये जो question है ना कि बच्चा कब करोगे, this is being asked to men also. बस उसका style अलग होगा. But men also ask men, when is the good news? Remember, both of you are sailing in one boat, in the same boat. और दोनों को साथ चलना है, नहीं तो बोट डूब जाएगी. कभी कभी एक पार्टनर ज्यादा एक्टिव होता है, एक एक काम करता है और एक थोड़ा सोचता है. पर इसको लेके अपना मन खराब नहीं करना है. आज अगर यू आर इन दिस वर्कशॉप अलोन, देन डोंट फील सैड. प्रॉमिस मी यू विल नॉट फील सैड और एंग्री ऑन योर पार्टनर. बस ये सोचो कि मे बी ही और शी नीड्स मोर हैंड होल्डिंग देन यू. दैट्स इट. बस. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? So, how many of you here will try this technique today? Karoge try? Tell me in the group. Tell me in the WhatsApp group how you felt. Imagine thousands of years ago, they recognized that a negative mood can hinder conception. In the epic Ramayana, King Dashrath performed the Putrakshmeshti Yagna with total faith and intention to have children. After the ritual was successfully completed, he was blessed with a divine paisam, kheer, pudding, and that helped his wives conceive four sons, including Lord Ram. So now, I am not saying you all need to do this yagna, but the essence is same. When you align your mindset, your spiritual faith, your actions towards a clear goal, and in this case, a healthy baby goal, you invite a bit of divine grace or universal support in this process. And don't worry, this session is not about replacing medical or scientific approaches. We'll come to that. It is about getting the best of combining all medical, mindset, alternative, and a little bit of divine grace. Because at this point in journey, all of you need a little magic to happen. And believe that the magic will happen. ये तो सुना होगा ना कि विश्वास करने से चीजें हो जाती हैं. पर कैसे करें ये विश्वास, ये नहीं हो पा रहा है. करेक्ट? अब होगा. We embrace all paths of parenthood here, whether you are trying naturally, doing IUI or IVF, considering adoption, or any other route. A supportive mindset will boost your energy, not conflict with it. Think of it like this: if fertility treatment are the seeds and the soil, then your mindset is the sunlight and water. Both are needed. Both are needed to help that seed grow. In fact, even IVF patients with lower stress tend to have better outcomes. So, by working on your mindset, you're actually helping any medical treatment be more effective. And you're certainly helping yourself feel better through it. So, now I invite you to take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Let's do that once more. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. And as you do, mentally tell yourself, I'm here to give my mind and heart some much needed love and care. Today is about hope, positivity, and practical changes that can make this beautiful dream of parenthood feel lighter and more achievable. Before we dive in, let's quickly go over what you will gain in this workshop in this next hour. By the end of this workshop, you will have emotional clarity and upliftment, a clear understanding of how stress and mindset affect fertility, so you can release any guilt or confusion about doing something wrong. We are going to replace anxiety with awareness and hope. The Get Pregnant Mindset Framework, a simple, easy to remember three-part network. In fact, it's rooted in our culture that will act as your roadmap going forward. Think of it as three pillars or mantras you can recall whenever you feel overwhelmed or lost. Then we'll have interactive sessions. You will participate in a few short exercises from a guided visualization to a calming breathing practice. So you experience the mindset shift right now during the session. And you can feel different, confident. You'll have at least 3 specific habits or techniques you can start applying immediately in your daily life. Even a 5 minutes a day is enough to reduce stress and invite positivity in your conception journey. This will be your mindset toolkit, whether your journey continues naturally or with medical help. And most importantly, you will gain a sense of empowerment that no matter what path you are on, regularly trying, naturally trying, IVF, you are doing your best. You are doing your best. And you are worthy of becoming parents. This mindset shift, yeah. So this mindset shift is about loving yourself and your future child unconditionally, without blame or shame or guilt. Sounds good? Let me check the chat a bit. Okay, thank you for saying yes. Please keep writing in the chat whatever you think, because I can't see your faces. Next वाले में जरूर इसको solve कर लेंगे. Okay. So let's get started with our framework that I like to call the Get Pregnant Mindset Framework. It's essentially the heart of today's talk, and I'm very excited to share it with you and see the results. We combine modern science, practical habits, and a touch of spiritual wisdom. The Get Pregnant Mindset Framework, I have distilled all the research, coaching techniques, and ancient wisdom into 3 core principles for you. 3 is a magic number, easy to remember. So you'll love like a good rule of 3. Okay, I need to change the slide. So in Sanskrit, I call these the 3 S: Sankalp, Sadhana, Samarpan. And let me translate that in easy for you. Sankalp means intention or resolve. Sadhana means daily practice or effort. And Samarpan means surrender or letting go. think of it as set, act, release. Sankalp, cultivating a positive mindset and a clear vision. This is about your thoughts, your beliefs, and emotional patterns. We will learn how to shift from doubt and negativity. It will never happen. मैं तो कभी मां नहीं बन पाऊंगी. To a hopeful, confident outlook. It hasn't happened yet, but it can and it will. We draw inspiration from mindset research like Dr. Joe Dispenza's work on thought and neuroplasticity and Indian spiritual wisdom, the affirmations, visualizations, and faith. This is where you mentally create a space for your baby, setting a powerful intention. आप कॉन्शियसली जगह बनाते हो अपने माइंड में और कॉन्शियस में सारा कचरा नेगेटिव थॉट्स निकाल के. जब ग्लास खाली होगा तभी तो फिर सही चीज से भर पाओगे, है ना. तो पहला स्टेप है जो नहीं चाहिए उसको खाली करना है. नेक्स्ट आता है साधना, डेली हैबिट्स एंड माइंड बॉडी एक्शंस, aligning your lifestyle with environment with your goal. Here we focus on small daily habits and routines that support fertility and reduce stress. It's like making a fertile ground for the seed, nourishing your body with good food and your mind with good habit, keeping romance alive, and creating a positive vibe around you. Even 1% improvement every day compounds to amazing results. You can see how consistency beats the intensity when it comes to transforming your life. वो कहानी तो सुनी होगी ना विद्यासागर की, नहीं? Let me take a small detour and tell you this story quickly. So Vidyasagar ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं था पढ़ाई में, and everybody around him will tease him कि नाम तो विद्यासागर और पढ़ाई में बिल्कुल जीरो. He was very sad and he was sitting beside a well. There he saw that a strong cemented outer wall of the well had a deep cut, which had happened because rope वहां पे रगड़ती थी when pulling up the water bucket. So by continuous action, even if a cemented strong wall got a dent, then why wouldn't he become intelligent? If he keeps repeating one action, the act to study. आज नहीं तो कल, कल नहीं तो परसों. तो उसे समझ में आया कि फिर क्या था. All he has to do is keep studying continuously. बस फिर क्या था. Now he is known in history for multiple discoveries and one of the most educated man in Indian history. तो कंटिन्यूअसली वहां पे घिसते रहना पड़ेगा to make that impact, to make that change. समर्पण, releasing control and trusting the journey. This is perhaps the hardest but the most liberating part. After you have done your best, your sankalp and sadhana, you learn to surrender the results. In other words, you stop constantly micromanaging fate and beating yourself up. And we'll discuss techniques to manage these two big enemies, chronic stress and self-blame. Expect some laughter here as we poke fun at things. We all do. Like when we are anxious, we'll Google symptoms, beach raat mein. So let's begin the transformation with this small quote. Okay. Let me share my other screen. आया था ये. Are you guys able to hear?
Not yet.
शैला कहाँ पे मुझे क्या करना था?
Yeah, so you have to stop your screen sharing and again you have to share your screen but click on the audio setting. Can you
भाई
please stop sharing the
बहुत
screen?
झंझट है. I will share my other screen. उसमें ये रहा. Can you see my screen? The other screen? Video? YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, let's see from here only. Okay.
We are unable to hear the voice. Actually, while screen sharing, we need to click on the audio allowance also to share. When
What?
we
You're
share.
not able to?
Yeah, when we share the screen, we have to click on the audio allowance as well.
Where is that? Okay.
While sharing the screen, we will get the option again. From the start.
What?
Yeah. So now when you'll share the screen, we'll get the audio allowance.
Okay, anyways, the point is, all of you know, this is the shlok from the Bhagavad Gita, which basically says that, am I audible now? We'll figure this
Yes,
out later.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we'll figure this out later. But the point is that this shlok of where Shri Krishna speaks to Arjun, and he basically says that you have the right to perform your action, but not the fruits of your labor. That is, do your part and let go of obsessing over the outcome. This will help you find peace whether conception happens this month or a little later. And it will help you keep your relationship and self love intact. We'll go through each one of these one by one with stories and exercises, and feel free to take notes, but I'll also recap at the end. This framework is not one time thing. It's something you will continue to practice and refine even after this workshop. Think of today as the start of a new chapter in your fertility journey, one where hope replaces fear. So, ready to now dive into uh, Sankalp? Yes? Okay. So Sankalp, the power of mindset. And Sankalp is a Sanskrit word that literally means a solemn vow, intention, or resolve, or ek kasam. It means committing to a positive, growth oriented mindset and wholeheartedly believing in the possibility of your pregnancy. This is the mental and spiritual groundwork. Just like before planting, a farmer prepares the soil and plants a seed with the faith that it will sprout. Sankalp is preparing the soil of your mind and planting the seed of belief. I will be a parent. It is possible. It is coming. And why is this important? Our thoughts have a powerful influence on our reality. Modern neuroscience tells us that repeated thoughts actually rewire our brain. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a famous brain and mindset expert, says conscious thoughts repeated often enough becomes unconscious thinking. Meaning कि if you consciously keep thinking, I am preparing for my baby, I welcome my baby, consciously, डरना नहीं है, ये नहीं सोचना कि नहीं हो रहा है, क्यों नहीं हो रहा, मेरे कोई क्यों प्रॉब्लम हो रहा, नहीं. यू हैव टू कॉन्शियसली, और ये थॉट्स आएंगे तो फिर उसको कट करके ये सोचना है that I am preparing for my baby. I welcome my baby. Eventually, that optimism in your words will affect your mind and become your mind's default mode. For example, किसी आंटी ने किसी ने टॉन्ट किया, तो आपने मन में ये लाइंस बोली या इस तरह का कुछ विचार लाया, तो वो आपके माइंड को वो दुख और पेन से इमीडिएटली शिफ्ट कर देगा टूवर्ड्स ऑप्टिमिज्म. तो आपका टाइम, वो प्रेशियस टाइम वहां पे वेस्ट नहीं होगा और धीरे धीरे वो चीज आपकी आदत बनती जाएगी कि आपको फिर फर्क पड़ना ही बंद या कम हो जाएगा. So you start then being that hopeful person without effort. On the flip side, if you constantly dwell on fear, क्या पता वो आंटी जो कह रही थी सच्ची हो, what if it never happens, maybe I'm not meant to be a mom or dad, those thoughts also become deep rooted. They become deep rooted beliefs which can trigger stress response in the body. We want to break out of that negative thought loop and create a healthier ones. And the good news is, good news, but the good news is thanks to neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change, we can change. वो change हो सकता है. There's a popular Sanskrit proverb, Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati, which translates to you become what you believe. So even if you look at our daily prayers or affirmations, क्या करते हैं, जो हमको एक आदत है रोज प्रेयर करना है, चाहे जिस भी रिलीजन में आप हो, they train us to cultivate a bhavana, a feeling that good things will come. It's essentially positive psychology packaged in ancient words. For example, many of us have heard or seen in Bollywood movies that famous dialogue है, अगर किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है. Which means if you desire something with all your heart, the entire universe works to help you achieve it. Yes, I just quoted Shah Rukh Khan from Om Shanti Om in a fertility workshop. Well, I hope you understood the point. So give me in the chat if you are still with me, अगर आपको समझ में आ रहा है, मजा आ रहा है, because I know it's a little longer workshop, but I'm very hopeful that you are enjoying it, you're learning things, you're feeling the change. Okay, thank you so much for being active. Thank you for responding. Yes. Okay. Now, I want to be clear that having a positive mindset does not mean that we deny the challenges और slap a fake smile, एक झूठा मुस्कान ले लिया कि हाँ भाई गीतांजलि मैम ने बोला था पॉजिटिव रहना तो हमेशा हंस रहे हैं। ऐसा नहीं होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता है, ना होगा। चैलेंजेस आएंगी, दुख भी होगा, गुस्सा भी आएगा, बट क्या चेंज होगा? We acknowledge the difficulties, but choose to say that despite all these challenges, despite all this sadness, I hope that I keep working in the right direction. I keep my hopes alive. It is about shifting from a state of desperation to a state of optimism. For example, instead of saying, I'll never have a baby, say, I am on a path to having a baby. It hasn't happened yet, but each day and each step is bringing me closer. And this is exactly what psychologist Carol Dweck says or calls in her growth mindset book. The belief that our situations can improve and we can adapt rather than a fixed mindset of feeling stuck. In fertility terms, a fixed mindset should be something like my body and mind can grow and change. I can find new solutions. We choose growth here. It might be sensitive. Some of you might think easy for you to say. I have been disappointed so many times. आपको लग रहा होगा कि ये मतलब कहना आसान है पर करना बहुत मुश्किल है। डे टू डे लाइफ में मैं कॉन्स्टेंटली कैसे अपने आप को ऑप्टिमिस्ट, चीयरफुल, हैप्पी रखूं? आई एक्नॉलेज दैट, आई अंडरस्टैंड it's hard to stay positive after failures. But क्या है ना, when we want a big change from infertility to becoming parents, then we have to consciously work towards it. And the good news is कि आपने वो शुरुआत कर दी। आप आज हो एक सैटरडे छुट्टी के दिन पे लंच के बाद आप बैठे हो मेरे साथ, क्योंकि वो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आपको भी चाहिए। But remember, it will not happen overnight. But gentle incremental change. कोई तो मुझे पूछ रहा था वर्कशॉप वेबिनार के इसके पहले प्रोग्राम के कि मैम 2 महीने का कोर्स है, 2 महीने में प्रेगनेंसी हो जाएगी? ये माइंडसेट से नहीं काम कर, क्या पता प्रेगनेंसी 1 महीने में ही हो जाए। लेकिन द गोल इज बिगर हियर एंड I'll come to that a little bit later, but एक और बड़ा गोल है बियॉन्ड अचीविंग प्रेगनेंसी एंड कंसेप्शन। And that goal is transforming us for becoming a good parent in the long run. So, this change will not happen overnight, but it will surely happen. The mind does influence outcomes, and it is scientifically proven. ये मैं नहीं कह रही, मैंने तो एक्सपीरियंस किया है। सो साइंस और मेरे एक्सपीरियंस को मैं साथ में आपके लिए लेके आ रही हूँ। And this is exactly what studies of Joe Dispenza has talked about over and over again. Let me share a quick life story. हमारे previous member एक थे, Aarti and Raj. I've changed the names, okay? Yes. So they have been trying to conceive for 4 years and they went through 2 failed IUIs and were about to start an IVF. By the time they came to me for coaching, Aarti told me, I have lost confidence in my body. Every month I feel a negative test. I feel like I'm broken and it's like never going to happen. She even started avoiding family functions कि कहीं तो कोई कुछ पूछ न ले. And that would make her even feel worse because वो कटती चली जा रही थी अपने रेगुलर लोगों से. आपके साथ भी ऐसा होता है? राइट इन द कमेंट. हाँ, आप अवॉइड करने लगते हो. But when I started working with Aarti and this Garbha Sankalp program, I gave Aarti a simple task. Rekha is saying I avoid relatives. Yes, trust me, I used to do that so much. और आज वही रिलेटिव्स के साथ अगर हफ्ते में एक बार बात ना हो या महीने में एक बार मिलना नहीं हो तो बोरिंग हो जाता है क्योंकि बच्चे बच्चे आपस में खेलेंगे. तो वो टाइम भी आएगा. थोड़ा सा, बस थोड़ा सा और इंतजार. एनीवेज, सो मैंने आरती को बोला कि लेट्स डू अ सिंपल टास्क. फ्लिप द स्क्रिप्ट ऑफ योर इनर डायलॉग. I asked her to become aware of most frequent negative thoughts. तो मैंने पूछा कि क्या है सबसे ज्यादा नेगेटिव थॉट कौन सा आता है. So she said that every morning I wake up thinking, why is this not happening to us? Why is this not happening? Isn't it a very heavy thought to start the day with? है ना? आप बताओ, आपका सबसे बड़ा नेगेटिव थॉट कौन सा है? Just write in the chat. What is your biggest negative thought जो दिमाग में बार बार घूमते ही रहता है, आ ही जाता है, हर जगह आ जाता है. Write in the chat. Let's see. Let's see and let's flip that thought right away. अभी. Shubhajit has written, when will it happen? Am I losing time? Yes. Okay. So even if you're not writing in the chat, keep that thought in the mind and now listen what we change and how we changed and use that tip, use that strategy in your case and practice it and then tell me. Yes. So she said that every morning I wake up thinking, why is this not happening to us? क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? A very heavy thought to start the day with. मतलब सुबह सुबह आप उठ के ऐसा आपको माइंड में आ रहा है तो पूरा दिन कैसा ही जाएगा. So together we crafted a new intentional thought to replace it. She chose to say, और कॉन्शियसली करना पड़ेगा, ऐसा नहीं है, थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा उसको, आपको प्रैक्टिस बोलना पड़ेगा. जब भी सुबह वो थॉट आया गलत वाला तो उसको रिप्लेस कर देना उसके बाद ही तुरंत. I am doing everything I can and my baby will come at the right time. It felt awkward to her at first, almost like she didn't believe it. And I said, that's okay. That's okay. Take your time. But believe what you just said. Think of it like, वही example की planting a seed. You don't see a sprout immediately. तुरंत नहीं आएगा. थोड़ा time लगेगा. 1 दिन, 2 दिन, 3 दिन. लगेगा time. So every morning, as soon as she became conscious, she would literally say out, वो wait भी नहीं करती थी negative thought आने का. She would literally say out loud that I am doing everything I can and our baby will come at the right time. And she also wrote it on a sticky pad and put it on her bathroom mirror. So it reinforced every time she was brushing her teeth. And then she would see and smile. And meanwhile, we worked on visualizing a positive outcome. I asked both Aarti and Raj to spend 5 minutes at night visualizing one happy scene, a happy family scene, like holding their baby in their arms, feeling that warmth and joy. At first, they felt emotional, and sometimes, Aarti would even start crying imagining it, which is okay. Those were the tears of release and hope. And over a few weeks, this went from feeling like a daydream to feeling more and more achievable. They told me it gradually shifted their emotional tone. They would start talking about when we become parents instead of if we become parents. You see? You see the change? You see the difference? From when we become parents, they started instead of saying that if we become parents, they started thinking and talking on the lines of when we become parents. तो इधर एक वर्ड से बहुत बड़ा एक शिफ्ट होता है. Do you agree with me or not? Tell me. Yes. And guess what? They went through their first IVF cycle with a much calmer mindset. They had decided that regardless of the outcome, they keep faith that their baby was coming somehow. And I'm very happy to share that Aarti got pregnant on that cycle a few months before, and she's now a mother to a beautiful baby girl. But beyond the happy ending, she said something much deeper to me. She said that the biggest change wasn't just that I got pregnant, it was that I felt like myself again. I felt in control of my emotions and closer to my husband through the process. And then getting pregnant was like a cherry on the top. This shows how powerful a mindset shift can be. It is not only just potentially helps the outcome, it definitely helps you survive the journey with dignity, with love, with sanity. Because ये journey भी बहुत stressful है, बहुत complex है. So let's create your sankalp now. I want all of you to experience a bit of this right now, and we are going to do a short guided exercise. And if you are with your partner, you can do it together. And if you're watching alone, you're with me alone here, that's also okay. Do it yourself, but do it. Focus and do it. Okay. So sit comfortably, close your eyes, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take one more deep breath in. गहरी लंबी सांस खींचे और अब धीरे धीरे पूरा एक्सेल करें। Now bring one hand to your heart, feel it beating. That heart is full of love that you're ready to give to your future child. I want you to picture as clearly as you can a joyful scene with your child. आप अपने बच्चे के साथ हैं, आप खुश हैं, आप खेल रहे हैं। वो दृश्य, वो सिचुएशन, वो सिनेरियो को पूरा इमेजिन करें। It could be the moment you hold your newborn for the first time in the hospital, or maybe a picture of you celebrating first birthday, or even dropping your kid off at the first day of school. Any scene, any scene that makes you feel real and happy for you. See the colors, hear the sounds, maybe the little giggle, बच्चा हंस रहा है, बच्चा रो रहा है, or the weight of the child, of the baby in your arms. Let yourself smile if it makes you happy. Now silently say in your mind, this is my future. I welcome my baby with all my heart. You can even repeat a simple affirmation like, I will be a mother, or I will be a father, or we will be parents. And now say it again with conviction. जैसे कि ये सच हो ही गया है, पूरे विश्वास के साथ, as if making a promise. Now take another deep breath. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And now, whenever you're ready, open your eyes and let me know in the chat box how you felt. How was that? Audrey, do you have your hand raised? Do you want to say something? I'll give you some time to say. Just let's be in that flow and then we'll talk. Yes. Audrey says feeling confident. Shubhajit says happy. Yojana is saying it was very different feeling watching the future and believing in it. Yes. I felt very happy and full of joy, Rekha. Yes. That was the whole goal. And if you felt a little different, if you felt a little sentimental, aankhein गीली हुई, numb हुई, that's okay. It's a part of connecting with your deep inner emotions. And this exercise is something you can do every day if you like. Perhaps every morning or night. It's a way of training your mind to get comfortable with the idea. तो क्या हुआ यहाँ पे कि हम अब डाउट नहीं कर रहे, हमारे पास वो कन्विक्शन आ गया है कि होगा, बेबी तो होगा ही, प्रोसेस में ही है, बस होने ही वाला है। डाउट को हटाना है हमें, एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई डिड दिस एक्सरसाइज विद यू। इट्स रियली इंपॉर्टेंट टू रिमूव दैट डाउट। And yes, this is going to happen. And neuroscience has shown that visualizations can actually create new neural pathways in our brain. In fact, athletes use it to improve performance. And we can use it to prime our mind body for pregnancy. You're basically telling your brain and your body that get ready. Get ready, a baby is happening. A baby is coming. Along with visualizations, affirmations, it becomes a powerful tool. And I know it can feel cheesy if I say that stand in front of the mirror and talk to yourself. But trust me, it works over time. Like आप में से किसी ने भी लिखा कॉन्फिडेंस लो लगता है, एज होते जा रहा है। क्या एज है? स्टैंड इन फ्रंट ऑफ द मिरर से क्या एज है? 35 is nothing. 35 is the new 20s. Then you see how it impacts and changes your day-to-day decision making also. One of my favorite coaches, Mel Robbins, she talks about this high five habit. She literally suggests giving yourself a high five in the mirror each morning as a way to boost your confidence and your mood. And she says it's not the big move that change everything. It is the smallest ones that give you the best results. So even a small action like speaking kindly to yourself, like don't blame yourself, can change your whole mindset over weeks and months. And I encourage you to come up with a personal mantra or affirmation for your fertility journey. You know, some examples my members have used earlier are like, my body is capable and wise. I invite my baby into my life with love and patience. I'm worthy of becoming a parent. Choose the one or create one that gives you a little goosebump or uplift when you say that. Put it somewhere visible and repeat it daily. Make it a sankalp, a kasam, that you will nourish this positive belief no matter how sad or stressed things get. Some couples also like to pray or recite a shloka together as a sankalp. For instance, chanting this Sanskrit mantra, Om Shri Santan Gopalaya Namah. Om Shri Santana Gopalaya Nama. This is a prayer to Sri Krishna in child form, asking for help in conceiving a child like him. And this is a traditional practice for those trying to conceive. And if it resonates with you, you can incorporate that spiritually or even simply praying in your own words each day, surrendering your worries and reaffirming your hopes can be healing. And this isn't about religion, it's about connecting to something larger than yourself and finding strength and faith. Now we'll move to the next pillar, sadhana, like daily practices. But remember, sankalp is the foundation. Whenever you catch yourself falling into that pit of negativity, use the tools we just discussed. Pause, breathe, visualize the happy outcome, or speak your affirmations. You're literally retraining your brain to support you rather than overpower you. And over time, you will notice that you'll start worrying a little less. That's when you know your sankalp is taking effect. Now, sadhana, so sankalp was all about mindset. The second S is sadhana is all about action. It's the day-to-day effort, your practice, you know, your daily task that will support your intention. वो कहते हैं ना कि pray like everything depends on God, but act like everything depends on you. And in sadhana, we focus on what you can do each day, the little choices, the routines that can make a big difference over time. When we are dealing with infertility or delays, it's easy to feel helpless, as if everything is out of control. And sadhana gives you back that sense of control because these are tangible things that you can control: your habits, your health, your environment, your relationship. It's empowering to realize that I can't guarantee a pregnancy this month, but I can ensure I meditate for 5 minutes to calm my stress. Or we can make a diet more fertility friendly. So things like this add up and create a fertile ground. So you have to keep doing these activities, these actions. Okay, 1 minute, guys. My system is stuck. Hmm. So a lot of times when people think of lifestyle changes, they get overwhelmed. Do I have to do hours of yoga or completely change my diet? The answer is no, no. Start small. Again, consistency beats intensity. And there's a wonderful book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And one of my favorite quotes from it is that you do not rise to a level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your system. So, what does that mean? क्या मतलब है? That it simply means that just having the goal, I want to get pregnant, isn't enough. You need supportive systems. You need habits and routines in place. And if your system, which is your daily life, is chaotic and stress filled, it will be hard for you to reach that. But if you set up small daily habits, like a system, like a routine that keeps you healthy and balanced, that will carry you towards the goal, even on days when the motivation is low. He also says that every action you take is a vote for the type of person you become. So each little healthy habit is like casting a vote for becoming a healthier, happier future parent. So let's talk about a few key areas of sadhana for a fertility friendly lifestyle. Like mind body relaxation ritual. This is number one because managing stress daily is crucial. And we saw that how stress can hurt fertility. So incorporate some relaxation practice into your routine. Meditation on deep breathing, even 5 to 10 minutes a day in the morning or before bed. For example, simply sit and focus on your breath or join our fertility meditation classes regularly. You and your partner can do this together, sitting back to back or holding hands. It's a lovely way to connect and de-stress. And research shows that such practices activate the relaxation response and reduce cortisol. Remember, we spoke about that body has two modes: fight or flight versus rest and relax. So we want to spend more time in the rest and relax mode. Let's actually try a quick breathing exercise right now, and so you know how effective it can be. It's called the balloon belly breathing. ये क्या चल पड़ा? सॉरी गाइस, आई थिंक कुछ हमारा पीपीटी में इशू है, बट लेट्स डू दिस. दिस इज अ क्विक एंड विल एनर्जाइज यू फॉर द नेक्स्ट बीट. वैसे भी आप लोग 1 घंटे से 1.5 घंटे से बैठे हैं. सो सिट अप स्ट्रेट, प्लेस वन हैंड ऑन योर बेली. पेट, पेट के ऊपर हाथ रखिए. Inhale slowly through your nose and feel your belly hand being pushed out, like inflating a balloon in your stomach. पूरी सांस लीजिए, बिल्कुल हवा भर जाए पेट में. इतना सांस लेना, पेट बिल्कुल आगे की तरफ एकदम टाइट हो जाए. Now exhale through your mouth and feel the belly contract. पूरा slowly पूरी हवा exhale out कर दीजिए. And make your exhale as long as your inhale, and if possible, exhale longer than inhale. So you're with me? Let's do a count. Inhale, 1, 2, keep inhaling, 3, 4, hold. Now exhale slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4. Full exhalation. Good. Now do this again. And as you breathe, go on, do it. As you breathe, imagine you are inhaling calm and exhaling stress. Let's do 5 rounds of this. 2 हमने कर लिया, 3 और करिए आप. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. When you are done, put in the chat, done. Done? Great. So this, remember this technique. Now this is a simple tool. थोड़ा relax feel हुआ? हाँ. So this is a simple tool whenever you feel anxious, like during 2-week wait period or before a doctor's appointment. Do 10 of these balloon breaths and it sends a signal to your brain that it's okay, we are safe. And you'll notice you'll feel a bit more centered. This is called progressive muscle relaxation or imagery, where we're using this technique to kind of remove our thoughts from the anxiety. Then there are other techniques also, like morning prayer, जो आप लोग मेरे ख्याल से सभी लोग करते हैं. Listening to soothing music, whatever works in your case. But you have to figure out 1 or 2 such things that immediately can take you out of that, like snap out. तुरंत निकलना चाहिए आपको वो feeling of anxiety या stress. और वो आपको पहले से पता होना चाहिए कि मेरे लिए, मेरी बॉडी के लिए क्या काम करता है. And treat it as a non-negotiable, as a medicine dose. जैसे आप दवाई खाते हैं बिना भूले बिना करे, वैसे ही आपको ये भी तरीका प्रैक्टिस करके रखना है. जब भी प्रॉब्लम आएगा तुरंत ये तरीका करना है. Then yoga and exercise. We all know exercise is good for health, but for fertility specifically, the right kind of exercise is important. अभी आप बोलोगे मैं तो हाई इंटेंसिटी हार्डकोर जिम एवरी डे आई एम डूइंग, that might actually stress your body if you overdo it. So what we want during the fertility journey is moderate exercises that keeps you fit and the blood flowing, but also relieves tension. So yoga is wonderful for this because it combines movement with breath. So we'll have yoga classes and even yoga recordings. So do them regularly. These fertility yoga poses focus on pelvic area and exercises that bring more blood flow towards the uterus. And for the men, the movement, the more you move, the stress is less. So you will see your sperm count improving. The idea is to move your body joyfully, not as a punishment. Maybe make it fun. A dance session together in your living room also counts as an exercise and a mood booster. Remember, even a little is good. You don't have to do or transform everything overnight. So when I had my first IVF failed after multiple miscarriages, one thing I realized by then is मैं समझ चुकी थी कि इनफर्टिलिटी को हराना है तो हर तरफ से वार करना हो. एनिमी बहुत स्ट्रांग है, तो हमारी तैयारी भी डबल होनी चाहिए. सो मैंने सब चीज पे शक करना शुरू कर दिया. डाउट, जैसे एक डिटेक्टिव करता है. फर्क बस ये था कि मैं एक डिटेक्टिव थी और माय प्रेग्नेंट ट्विन वाज मर्डर्ड. इट वाज a symbolic imagery of my earlier miscarriages, and I was finding the reason or clue कि क्या गलत हुआ, what went wrong. So I had to, so I, oh,
one more.
okay. अब इसमें तो म्यूजिक है. Okay, so let me tell them first what. So I had this imaginary magnifying glass, and I was re-looking at everything about my life, my diet, my doctor, my systems, my beliefs, my surroundings, everything. And जहां पे भी improvement या change का scope था, I did that. I did change everything and get a lot of it. And that change now, when I look back, has been good. Not only did it help me conceive, but it also transformed me as a person that I am now. बट एक चीज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि जब हम ये एक्सरसाइज करें, ये डिटेक्टिव वाला, देन वी शुड हैव नो इमोशन. जैसे एक डिटेक्टिव बिल्कुल इम्पार्शियली देखता है सब कुछ, नो इमोशन. द ओनली थिंग इज टू सॉल्व द केस, फाइंड द रॉन्ग. ठीक उसी तरह दूर खड़े होके आपको अपने आप को ही खुद देखना है और विदाउट इमोशन फिगर आउट करना है कि क्या क्या गलत हो सकता है और क्या मैं उन्हें ठीक कर सकता या कर सकती हूं. Let me give you an example from my personal life. Don't tell my sass, otherwise she'll kill me. So जब मेरा फर्स्ट आईवीएफ फेल हुआ, I was so depressed, almost suicidal depressed. बट आई न्यू दैट मुझे हिम्मत करनी होगी और इस सिचुएशन से फाइट करना होगा लाइक अ वॉरियर. सो आई डिसाइडेड टू टेक अ ब्रेक फ्रॉम एवरीथिंग एंड मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली everyone, to listen to myself and find a solution. So I decided to go to Oroville and work there as a volunteer. Basically, my aim was to find solution to my this infertility problem. My husband was reluctant, but he said, if this is what you want, if this is what will get you back on your feet, then do it. But Meri Sasuma, she got so upset. She's like, Gitanjali is going for 3 months. Is she going to give you divorce? उनको बहुत समझाया मेरे हस्बैंड ने, बट वो नहीं मानी. वेल मैंने भी ये सब वक्त पे उस टाइम छोड़ दिया. राइट टाइम शी विल नो व्हाट इज राइट. आई न्यू ऑल दिस इज मोमेंट्री. पर अगर मैं अभी उन सबको देखूंगी तो मैं अपने आप को भूल जाऊंगी. और अभी इंपॉर्टेंट ये है कि मैं अपने आप को ठीक करूं, बिकॉज आई हैव अ टाइम लिमिट. सास तो बाद में मैनेज करके, उनका तो लाइफ टाइम वैलिडिटी होता है. So jokes apart, why I am telling you this story from my personal life is that you must understand to take sankalp and bring that change, and initially you have to force the change. क्या change करना है वो मेरी team in the coming weeks will tell you. हाँ, so this they will tell you, they will teach you everything from diet, Ayurveda, Vastu, gynecologist, IVF, intimacy coach, counselor, yoga, breathing, much more, सब कुछ. These 2 months will be power packed. So तैयार हो जाओ अपनी साधना के लिए. जैसे मुझे मल्लिका मिली ऑरोविल में, और उन्होंने मेरा इनफर्टिलिटी को देखने का पूरा नजरिया बदल दिया. She helped me transform. Today, you have found your way to me. Let's reverse infertility, putting sadhana into practice. And I've given you a lot of ideas. Now pick 2, 3 small changes you feel ready to implement. It could be I'll do deep breathing every morning. We'll go for a walk together 3 times a week, or I'll swap out coffee for herbal tea in the afternoon, or we'll have a no baby talk date night this Friday. Write it down. If you can, that's your sadhana plan. Make that plan. You're far more likely to do it if it is specific. छोटी छोटी चीजें clearly note होनी चाहिए. For example, instead of wake, do some yoga. आप ये करो कि do 5 sun salutations or attend yoga class at least 3 days a week. कुछ भी. Something like this. Instead of saying that I'll eat healthy or I'll eat fertility friendly food, say that I'll have fruit with breakfast or salad with dinner. Turn them into specific and doable things. And this is called the habit stacking. Like attach a new habit to an existing one. So if you always have evening tea at 6, decide that right after tea you will do 10 minutes of breathing or stretching. So वो धीरे 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 करके आप उसको ऑटोमेटिक एक कॉम्बो बना लेते हो, एक फर्टिलिटी पावर हाउस बना देते हो. But please be kind to yourself in this process. If you skip a habit one day, it's okay. Don't abandon it. Just resume it the next day. As James Clear of this powerful book, Atomic Habits, says, missing once is an accident. Missing twice is a habit. So don't miss it twice. Just restart again. I don't know why, Shala, I'm not able to move the slides. It's got stuck again. But anyways. Oh. So we were here. So to summarize, sadhana, align your lifestyle with your goal. Take care of body as if you are already pregnant. You're creating a welcoming home for your baby. Take care of your mind through daily stress busters. Take care of relationship through shared activities and compassion. All these habits signal to life that we are ready and prepared for this new chapter. And even more, they improve your quality of life right now. You will be sleeping better, feeling fitter, closer as a couple. And these are also priceless outcomes on their own. So just implement 1 or 2 habits in this first week. Don't try to do it all together, please. You'll feel frustrated and end up doing nothing. So I'll tell you from my example, last 6 months, I wanted to do exercise. Now you will think of that Gitanjali has a yoga trainer. She has so many classes going on, fertility Dost. Still, she is still thinking about exercising. Yes. Motivation is tough to come. I kept making excuses. कि ओ सुबह मेड के आने का टाइम होता है, घर खाली कैसे छोड़ूंगी, ओ फिर मेरा ऑफिस स्टार्ट हो जाता है, इवनिंग में आई गेट टायर्ड एंड हैव नो एनर्जी. तो ये बहाने चल रहे थे 6 महीने से. Then one day I decided enough is enough. I decided one time slot, सुबह 8 से 9, I decided to go at least 2 days a week to the gym. And most days I find myself giving excuses. आज नींद पूरी नहीं हुई, क्लास कैंसिल कर देती हूँ, आज important meeting है, I have to prepare a PPT, आज कैंसिल कर देती हूँ. But then I decided to go. Just go, no matter how I feel. I just needed to show up. I needed to show up every day. And this worked. Once I reach there, then the place will itself make me do it. And trust me, on my way back, I feel so good and energetic. So the whole point, the whole thing was to start and to continue the habit. So the mantra is just show up. So for next 2 months, show up for all the workshops, show up for all the activities, show up for all the classes. मन करे ना करे, दुख लगे, किसी ने कुछ टॉन्ट कर दे, कुछ भी हो, शो अप, वो मंत्र होना चाहिए. So now we will shift to samarpan, the last one. एक minute. Okay. So samarpan is more emotional and spiritual. It is surrendering the worry and trusting the journey. And samarpan means surrender, but not in the sense of giving up, but in the sense of acceptance and trust. If sankalp is about I intend and I believe, and sadhana is I act and I give my best, then samarpan is I let it go and I trust the process. This principle is about handling the emotional ups and downs gracefully and releasing the constant stress about the outcome. It's probably most challenging pillar because it asks for patience and faith. And after a long journey of infertility, our patience is already at its lowest. But that's exactly when we need samarpan. So let's revisit that verse, Bhagavad Gita ka. So you have the right to perform your actions, but not the fruits of your action. It's like Lord Krishna's way of saying to you that focus on your efforts and leave the result to the universe, to the God. In our context, it means you do everything possible, medical treatment, lifestyle changes, prayers. But at the end of the day, you release the anxiety about when or if it will happen. You trust that in the grand scheme of things, it will work out. Maybe not always exactly as we planned, but in a way that's right for us. And why is this important? Because excessive worry and attachment to the outcome can actually hinder the outcome. वो उल्टा काम कर रहा है. We say how stress can reduce fertility. It also steals away your present life joy. And we don't want the journey to become so miserable that by the time you do have a baby, you're totally burnt out and you've lost touch with yourself. So Samarpan is about finding peace in the now, even as you hope for future. And one way to practice Samarpan is to regularly do a little ritual of letting go. For example, you're feeling very anxious about something, say waiting for an IVF result or waiting to test with pregnancy test kit after the ovulation period, then do this. Sit quietly, close your eyes and visualize placing your worry in a diya and setting it at the feet of the God you trust. भगवान के पास वो दिया रख देना बोल के कि ये मेरे सारा दुख वरी आपके पास छोड़ दिया. Or if you're not religious, then put it in a balloon and release it in the sky. So this is a mental trick to hand over your worry to higher power or the vast universe. Acknowledge that I have done what I can do. I now let go of what I can't control. मैं जो कर सकती थी मैंने वो सब किया, जो मैं कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकती वो मैं अब आप पर छोड़ रही हूँ. So when I was trying to conceive, I used to beg to God, give me baby, बच्चा दे दो, बच्चा करा दो, and I will leave eating fish for a year. You know how important fish is for Bengali. So I heard somewhere, कहीं तो सुना था कि that if you leave the thing you really like, God will see your sacrifice and then will give you whatever you are asking for. How stupid of me. It doesn't work like this. In this style, I was only getting frustrated and upset with God, even angry and disconnected with God, adding to my stress and loneliness. Later, when I realized my mistake, my mantra was very simple: give me strength to endure the pain of infertility with dignity. And that completely changed me as a person. I started saying that I am ready to surrender and I trust the process. And you might have to do this repeatedly because worries keep coming back. And that's okay. Keep letting them go. Some people write their worries on a paper and burn it or tear them as a symbol of release. It might sound silly, but these acts signal your subconscious to loosen its grip on stress. So handling negative thoughts, despite our best intentions, संकल्प भी कर लिया, best habit साधना भी कर लिया, we are human. Negative thoughts will pop up. What if it never happens? Why is that other person got pregnant and I am not getting? Maybe I'm being punished. So samarpan means when such thoughts arise, you observe them and gently diffuse them. One technique from cognitive behavioral therapy is to ask, is this thought absolutely true? Or is it my fear speaking? And most of the time, it is fear, not fact. You can then reframe the thought. For example, change it to, it's never going to happen. Isko change karke bolna hai, it hasn't happened yet, but that doesn't mean it will never happen. Many people conceive after long waits, right? So simply say, I am doing my best. I will be okay no matter what. Another approach is by Mel Robbins, the 5-second rule that can help break a loop of overthinking. She suggests that when you catch yourself spiraling, ulta count karna hai, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then literally move your body. Like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then stand up, walk to another room, splash water on your face, call a friend, बिल्कुल change कर देना है वो. उस pattern से बाहर तुरंत निकलना है. So this interrupts the worry pattern and gets you out of your head. So it's a simple tool you can use whenever you're feeling panic or obsessive thoughts get into. Now, dealing with external pressures. Part of the surrender is also not internalizing external pressures. I know it is easier said than done in our society where everyone from family panditji to grocery delivery guy thinks it is their business to ask you about your kids. But we can try to change how we react. Instead of feeling shame or anger, prepare a gentle response. We are hopeful and we are trying. Please pray for us. Whatever works in your case. If someone is too intrusive, it's okay to set a boundary. It's a private matter. Tell them that it's a private matter. We'll share any news when we have it. And then mentally practice not giving a damn beyond that point. These people will always have something to talk about. Today it's kid. Tomorrow when you will have the baby, then they will say, what about the second baby? When you will have the second child, then they will say, oh, why not a boy or a girl? Family complete ho jati. So you cannot control their tongues. But you can control how much you let it affect your peace. And one trick is to imagine you have an invisible shield. सामने एक दीवार है. And their words उधर से उधर चले गए. है ना. और वो जो बोल रहे हैं, जो आंटी बोल रहे हैं, जो रिश्तेदार बोल रहे हैं, उनको ऐसे कार्टून कैरेक्टर जैसा सोचो. सो पुफ उड़ जाएगा. Basically shrug it off. And then you have to trust all the parts. For IVF or treatment specific journeys, surrender also means trusting the medical process and not blaming yourself. Some couples feel guilty that why can't we do it naturally, or they feel like failures. They feel like a failure if IVF fails. Remember that Samarpan, you are doing your karma by pursuing treatment, but you cannot force nature to bend to your timeline. Trust your doctors, trust science, but simultaneously trust that if something doesn't work out, it's not the end. It's just a redirection. Thoda detour ho gaya. Or maybe the universe has planned something like a miracle a little later. So keep an open mind that your child may come to you in an unexpected way or time. When you open that door in your mind, you release the suffocating pressure. It must happen exactly like this way. It's like, no, it just loosens the knots. Okay, so enough of Gyan ki batein. Now let me give you the fertility decision blueprint. One of the big challenges in this journey is that क्या करूं मैं? Should we go for natural pregnancy? Should we go for IVF? Should we wait? So today I'm going to give you this clear handout. And this will help you solve this question on your own for most of it. One second. Yes. So when to keep trying naturally versus seek advanced options. So today I'm going to solve this problem once and for all. I'll give you a clear flowchart that you can understand today, and later also whenever you have a doubt, you can refer to it. And I'll send it to you in the WhatsApp group also. So the decision blueprint here helps you decide when to continue trying naturally and when to consider fertility treatments or adoption or surrogacy. The key factors here are woman's age, how long you have been trying, and any known medical issues. If you are between 25 to 29 years of age, and I'm talking about the female partner here, then not to worry much. But with today's stressful life, pollution, and so many other issues, it is best to be proactive. You track your ovulation, follow the habits I'm teaching you today, keep trying naturally, and some supplements, which also I'll give you in a bit. If you are between 30 to 34 and trying naturally for almost a year now, then it is time to seek basic medical tests. See if you have any known conditions that start working on and start then working on reversing them. You must follow everything we are teaching and focus on getting pregnant. Pursue it rigorously now. Under 35, it is generally recommended to try conceiving naturally for up to 12 months if there are no known fertility problems. If you have been trying for less than a year, then focus on healthy habits and timings. And but if 12 plus months have passed with no success, then consult a fertility specialist for evaluation. If you have irregular cycles or known issues like PCOS, you should keep seeking help. Yeah, I mean, you should seek help earlier without waiting like the full year. And if your age is above between 35 to 39, then fertility starts declining faster after 35. So don't wait too long. Try for 6 months naturally. If conception hasn't occurred in 6 months, then get to a fertility evaluation. If it's been less than 6 months, then you can keep trying a bit longer. But do consider an earlier checkup if you are anxious. By age 38 to 39, some doctors suggest not to wait much beyond 6 months to seek advice and then maybe try and go for IVF. And age 40 and above, time is critical. Then it is often advised to consult a specialist after 3 months of trying. 42 plus is, it's obviously you have to meet the doctor and you have to think of other options as well. You might have to think for other options. So many couples over 40, they have to move faster to IVF treatment due to the lower natural conception success. But remember, all you need is one healthy egg. So you have to be practical also at this stage. If either partner has a known issue, for example, blocked fallopian tubes, endometriosis, very low sperm count, or irregular ovulation, then don't wait. See a fertility specialist right away for guidance. For example, completely blocked tubes mean natural conception is unlikely, so a doctor may suggest IVF directly. And when you consult a fertility specialist, they will also run tests to diagnose issues. If no major issues is found and it is unexplained infertility or something minor, the doctor may first suggest simpler treatments like ovulation induction or IUI, and then simply advise intercourse with some monitoring for a few months. But if there's a specific issue is found that hampers natural pregnancy, then, for example, then they might recommend you for going straight to IVF for severe male fertility issues. In some cases, even surgical correction is possible. For example, removing a uterine polyp or treating a varicose in the testes. So your expert fertility specialist doctor will guide you in whether to fix an issue or bypass it with treatments. And after initial treatment, so after initial treatments, if you've tried IUI or basic treatments for a few cycles without success, then it might be time for you to progress for IVF. And IVF has higher chances rate in such situations. So usually 3 to 6 failed IUI के बाद, अगर आपका financial situation allow करता है, then you should think about IVF. But having said that, parallelly you should keep trying naturally also, because I've heard miracle cases happen. So during IVF, I think most of you know this process, but I'll just quickly recount it, that eggs and sperms are combined in the lab to create embryos, and then that embryo is then transferred to the uterus. And if IVF cycle fails multiple times, then doctor determines that the carrying a pregnancy is risky, like repeated miscarriage or something. Then they will go for third party options like donor or surrogacy. So another thing is that no single path fits all. Some couples try everything possible medically, others set a limit on how far they'll go with treatment. So use this blueprint as a guide, but listen to your heart and your doctor's advice. Every journey is unique. My doctor told me not to try after 5 miscarriages. They said it will become a complicated pregnancy if you try again. But I wanted to try one last time. So I tried with the right mindset, with being absolutely honest with myself, with deeply focusing on my lifestyle changes and keeping myself prepared for plan B. So if this IVF also fails, I will not sit and cry, but simply go for the next day for adoption. And this plan B was not out of sadness or stress, but out of clarity and strength. This comes with practice, and I'm sure you will all get this mindset. And yes, for those who don't know, my second IVF succeeded in a healthy pregnancy. So finding meaning in the journey is important. Many couples, when they do hold their baby at last, look back and realize that the journey taught them so much more. Maybe it strengthened their marriage, or maybe they became healthier than they had been before, or they developed empathy and met wonderful people along the way. Perhaps it even led them to a spiritual awakening or new purpose. I know right now, when you are in the thick of it, it's hard to see any silver lining. But Samarpan invites you to consider, what is this challenge teaching through this? Not to say you have to enjoy it. No one enjoys infertility. But if you can derive some meaning, it will be no longer feeling like a pure suffering. It will become part of your life, a story of resilience. For me, if I share personally, our struggle taught me patience at a level I never had before. And it also led me to connect deeply with my partner in facing adversity as a team. It even changed my career path towards coaching, on fertility mindset. But because I experienced firsthand how transformative it is. So in a strange way, I'm grateful for I went through infertility because it molded me into a stronger, wiser person who is now a parent and appreciates the child is so much more, so much for that weight. So now let's move into the action items: preconception, body preparation, supplements, and activity checklist. Will preparing your body to conceive. So when I was trying to conceive, somewhere randomly I heard about primrose oil capsule. It was a workshop for removing our past guilt, and there was another this lady in the group who was also struggling with infertility. Earlier she had then, and she was a foreigner, so she just told me about this primrose oil capsule and said that it really helps. So I checked it up and saw that there is no side effect. It was a capsule made of certain flower seed, so totally safe. So was being curious, post research, I started taking, and you won't believe, in just a few weeks, I started to feel so much better, like more energetic, better periods. I won't say it helped me get pregnant, but it did change something for better. So one supplement, right? So sometimes we are so focused on that one big goal that we forget the small steps and small things that help us reach that goal. So I'll give you a supplement list, but disclaimer bhi hai that your body is different. So always do a trial for non-medical things and observe carefully. Agar thoda bhi discomfort ho, to leave it. You know what? The biggest mistake of my life, और उसका कोई साइंटिफिक प्रूफ नहीं है क्योंकि उस पर कोई रिसर्च नहीं है, पर आई नो दैट वाज द मेन कल्प्रिट ऑफ माय इनफर्टिलिटी. यू विल नॉट बिलीव इफ आई टेल यू. बता दो. लेट मी सी सम यस. शुड आई टेल यू माय डार्क सीक्रेट? गिव मी सम यस. Okay, but please consider this only as an example and not a medical advice. Okay, so after marriage for almost a year I took contraceptive pills. And during that time, I felt a lot of change and discomfort, like weight gain, mood swing, dizziness, extra sleeping, low energy. पर मैंने सोचा लड़की पैदा हुई हूं तो डिस्कम्फर्ट और पेन तो झेलना ही पड़ेगा, और डॉक्टर कंसल्ट नहीं किया. 3-4 साल बाद जब मिसकैरेजेस हुए और फर्टिलिटी स्पेशलिस्ट तक हम पहुंच गए, then they asked me about my contraceptive pills and I told them all about the symptoms which I used to have. बस फिर क्या था? The doctor scolded me and said, आपने उस time डॉक्टर क्यों नहीं कंसल्ट किया? Maybe that particular brand of contraceptive pill wasn't suiting you. You should have changed the brand, or you should have not taken it continuously. you need to give a gap of 1 month every 3 months of taking the pill. Who knew this stupid mistake will cause 10 years of pain and struggle for me? So please don't take any change in your body lightly. Don't fall for this लड़की को सहना पड़ता है वाला thought process. अब मेरे पास तो रिग्रेट के अलावा कुछ नहीं है, पर अगर मैं आपको सही रास्ता दिखा पाऊं तो मेरी जिंदगी और वो सब पेन सफल हो जाएगा मेरे लिए. And with this thought, let's understand the supplements good to take during fertility. Getting your body ready for pregnancy can improve your chances of conceiving and having a healthy pregnancy. But please always confirm with your doctor before starting a new supplement. However, our Ayurveda doctor will also give you consultation and will give you the Ayurvedic versions of these supplements. But my purpose here is to just acclimatize you, give you the basics and the setup foundation. So folic acid. So begin a daily folic acid supplement of 400 to 800 micrograms at least 3 months before you plan to conceive, which you are already. Folic acid greatly reduces the risk of neural tube defects in the baby. Then prenatal vitamins like iron. Iron supports blood supply, prevents anemia. Many Indian women are iron deficient. And you can have about 27 mg iron. Then calcium, aim for at least 1,000 mg per day, and through diet and supplement you can mix together. Uh, Prenatals usually include like a calcium or a calcium and a D3 tablets together. Like vitamin D, again, all of you know that it helps in calcium absorption and it has been linked to fertility. So get 1,000 or 2,000 IUs daily. And you can get your vitamin D level checked. If deficient, a doctor may prescribe higher doses. Vitamin B12 often ignored, but especially for vegetarians, B12 supports neural development. Many prenatals have it. If not, then you should consider taking B12. Iodine namak mein hota hai, but when you're trying for pregnancy, then you have to take a little bit more through other sources. So consider that, talk to your doctor. Omega-3, it's also really helpful when trying to get pregnant because it has that DHA supplement. So DHA is important for fetal brain. It is basically fish oil. So if you are a Bengali like me, then you can skip it, but having an added dose always helps. And we spoke about vitamin Z, zinc. We spoke about, zinc also is good. It supports immunity to hai, but sperm quality also. So zinc is good for male partners to take. विटामिन ई, सेलेनियम अगेन, बट मॉडरेशन में लेना है, बहुत ज्यादा नहीं कि अब बहुत ही ज्यादा लेना शुरू कर दिया, तो वो कंट्रोल इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट. So zinc and selenium is good for sperm production and for male fertility issues. Coenzymes Q10. Again, a lot of research suggests that CoQ10 for women, especially over 35, and for sperm motility, it is good. So this is optional but often recommended, and if you find those in the diet items, then it is, koi side effect nahi hai. So uh, Dr. Amandeep will tell you about those diet things, so take notes carefully there. Then L-carnitine and antioxidants, some male fertility formulations, they contain this, so it will aid in the sperm count and improving the semen quality. Of course, there's no alternate to taking a healthy fertility diet, so that you have to do. You have to track your cycle, जो आपको detail में हमारी gynecologist will tell you in the upcoming workshops. Yeah. So after this workshop today, I want you to keep a journal and write down which supplements you are taking, जो already आप ले रहे हैं. Then note down your daily habits like 30-minute walk किया, पानी पिया, या जो भी आपके आगे workshops में experts बताते जाएंगे. Keep a section to write down your cycle dates or any signs you have observed. And keep all your all of this information. You have to start meticulously, carefully noting it down, writing it down. ठीक है? Now, before you go to your gynecologist or your fertility doctor, ना, हम सबको डॉक्टर विजिट का स्ट्रेस पता है, राइट? माय हस्बैंड यूज्ड टू टीज मी, वैसे तो इतना बोलती हो, पर जब डॉक्टर के पास जाती हो तो बिल्कुल ब्लैंक हो जाती हो, एंड यू इवन फॉरगेट योर LMP, द लास्ट मेंस्ट्रुअल पीरियड डेट. इनफैक्ट आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर कि जब वो डॉक्टर के पास फर्स्ट टाइम डॉक्टर बोला दैट यू माइट हैव प्राइमरी इनफर्टिलिटी, बस उस वर्ड के बाद आई जस्ट गॉट ब्लैंक. आई डेंट हियर और अंडरस्टूड एनीथिंग. और घर आके आई वाज सिंपली क्राइंग एंड गूगलिंग व्हाट इज प्राइमरी इनफर्टिलिटी, व्हाट इज प्राइमरी. सो आई एम नाउ going to address a very important thing. Preparing to meet your gynecologist or IVF doctor or any fertility doctor. I'll give you the toolkit, the checklist, which you can keep and see whenever you go for a doctor visit. Being prepared will help you get the most out of the visit. Use this checklist to gather information and list questions before your appointment. And don't worry, my team will send you the printable version in the group also. So personal medical information to record. First is menstrual history. इसलिए मैंने बोला जर्नल में भी मेंटेन करना शुरू करो. First day of your last menstrual period, length of your typical cycle, whether cycles are regular or not. Note any unusual symptom, painful period है, extremely heavy flow है, spotting है. Then pregnancy history. If you have been pregnant before, miscarriage, ectopic, वो सारा details वहां पे note करके रखो. Then how long you have been trying, रिकॉर्ड द मंथ एंड ईयर यू स्टार्टेड ट्राइंग टू कंसीव. अब इसमें क्या है, मैं बहुत कपल्स को पूछती हूँ कब से आप ट्राई कर रहे हो, जी 5 साल से. शादी कब हुई, 5 साल पहले. ऐसे नहीं होता है ना. 5 साल पहले अगर शादी हुई है, आपने तो 6 महीने 1 साल बाद ट्राई किया होगा. तो वो कंफ्यूज मत हो, क्योंकि वो फिर डॉक्टर को असेसमेंट करने में प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करता है एंड गलत इंफॉर्मेशन हो जाती है. ठीक है. सो देन मेथड यूज्ड, कि आप जो ओव्यूलेशन ट्रैकिंग कर रहे हो या क्या, टाइमिंग लिखना है, इंटरकोर्स कितना फ्रीक्वेंटली करते हो, कोई इश्यूज आता है वो लिखना है, सो दैट डॉक्टर के पास जब जाओ तो वो क्लियरली आप उनको बता पाओ बिना कंफ्यूजन के. क्योंकि उनको जब तक सही से हिस्ट्री नहीं मिलेगी, वो भी आपको सही से हेल्प नहीं कर पाएंगे. क्या आपका पहले कोई IUI हुआ है, या कोई कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव हिस्ट्री है जैसे आई वाज टेकिंग, तो कब कितने टाइम के लिए लिया, कब बंद किया, कौन सा ब्रांड लेते थे, ऑल ऑफ दिस थिंग. एनी पास सर्जरी, स्पेशली एब्डोमिनल या पेल्विक में कोई सर्जरी, छोटी सी छोटी सर्जरी भी हुई है, कोई नोन कंडीशन है, PCOS है, थायराइड है, ये है, TB है, ये बहुत जरूरी है. सो ऑल दैट यू, डायबिटीज है, हाइपरटेंशन है, मेल्स के लिए कि कोई हार्निया सर्जरी हुआ है पहले, चाइल्डहुड में भी अगर हुआ है तो वो भी नोटेड होना चाहिए. एनी सेक्सुअल डिस्फंक्शन, एनी मेडिकेशन दे आर टेकिंग. एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली, जहां मैं हमेशा हर बार गड़बड़ करती थी और फिर वहीं बैठ के मम्मी बताओ कॉल करती थी, और डॉक्टर चिढ़ के बोलता था जाओ आप बाहर बैठो, दूसरा पेशेंट अभी आएगा, आप पता करके आओ. तो ये बहुत जरूरी है दैट नोट एनी फैमिली हिस्ट्री ऑफ अर्ली मीनोपॉज. यू नो it could hint at the genetic fertility issues, genetic diseases or birth defects. कोई मिसकैरेज की हिस्ट्री आपकी मम्मी के या सिस्टर के, जो ब्लड रिलेशन में है, डायबिटीज और TB इन पेरेंट्स, like family history of both sides of parents, keep them ready. Then lifestyle factors, like be ready to discuss things like how often you have intercourse and do you use any lubricants? Do you have pain while intercourse? Is there any discharge? Smoking, alcohol, drugs, stress levels? And please, झूठ नहीं बोलना है. डॉक्टर से झूठ नहीं बोलना है. I've seen so many of the couples जो स्मोक करेंगे, ड्रिंक करेंगे, डॉक्टर के सामने बस बोलेंगे नहीं 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 थोड़ा बहुत सोशली. नहीं, जो भी है सच. एक्सेप्ट, एक्नॉलेज. सो उस चीज का पूरा ध्यान रखना है. सो फैमिली हिस्ट्री मैंने बता दिया, लाइफस्टाइल फैक्टर्स भी बता दिए. एंड trust me, I used to be so uncomfortable answering these questions na? But I know that these are uncomfortable, but these are important. So if you write them ahead, then you feel less uncomfortable and more prepared. Okay? And if you have had any fertility related tests done previously, like a ultrasound, semen analysis, so bring that reports, email them in advance, relevant medical records को ready करके रखना है. फिर आप basal temperature, या if you have been tracking your basal temperature or using an app, then you could print a few months of data and have them ready for the doctor to see the cycle pattern and ovulation timings. कोई आप मेडिकेशन ले रहे हो, सप्लीमेंट्स ले रहे हो, तो वो कौन सा ले रहे हो, कितना डोसेज ले रहे हो, वो भी नोटेड होना चाहिए क्योंकि पूछते हैं. And most important is that questions to ask the doctor. It's normal to feel nervous and forget your questions. So write them down before and take this list with you. What test will you recommend for us? You know, understand the initial workup, blood test, ultrasound, semen analysis. Kya hoga? If there is any specific preparation for each test, like a fasting needed or not, to wo पूछना है. And based on your history, what do you think could be the issue? पूछना है डॉक्टर को, पुश करना है, वो टाइम कम रहता है ना उनके पास. फिर भी आप तैयारी करके जाना है. They might not know yet, but they can discuss possible causes to explore. Then, how is our age affecting our chances? If you are in your 30s or 40s, ask about the odds and recommended speed of action. Then, if tests find, like जो भी टेस्ट में रिपोर्ट आया, तो क्या ट्रीटमेंट होगा आगे? फॉर इंस्टेंस इफ स्पर्म काउंट इज लो, तो फिर वो क्या बोलेंगे? वो पूछना है उनको, वेट नहीं करना उनका, पूछना है, प्रोएक्टिवली पूछना है उससे. What are our options if the tests are normal? Unexplained infertility is frustrating, है ना? So ask what the plan might be. क्या करना है आगे? How long should we try for a particular treatment before moving on? And this gives you an idea of the timeline. What can we do in the meantime to improve our chances? Cost क्या है? कोई भी question, no question is a, no, any question that's on your mind, even if it is small. Like, should we avoid intercourse at any time? Can we travel? You have to ask. ठीक है? अच्छा, सो जब डॉक्टर आपसे बात कर रहा है, ये तो आपने पूछा, अभी जब डॉक्टर बात कर रहा है तब क्या करना है? राइट डाउन एनी टर्म्स द डॉक्टर यूजेस, लाइक एनोवुलेशन है, एंडोमेट्रियोसिस स्टेज है, ओलिगोस्पर्मिया है, राइट इट डाउन. ठीक है? इफ सम टेस्ट और अल्ट्रासाउंड आर डन इमीडिएटली, जॉट डाउन, तुरंत लिखना है कौन सा टेस्ट बोला, क्या है. देन यू हैव बेटर थिंग्स टू कम बैक टू अस एंड ऑल्सो डिस्कस, है ना? नोट द ट्रीटमेंट फॉर फर्दर टेस्ट प्लान एंड द टाइमलाइन. सो ये सब नोट्स बना के चलना है. नाउ आई विल क्विकली डिस्कस ऑन द फर्टिलिटी टेस्टिंग प्रोटोकॉल्स. सो आप लोग हो मेरे साथ या बोर हो गए हो? ब्रेक लेना है? राइट, लेट मी नो इन द कमेंट्स. शुड आई कंटिन्यू? नेक्स्ट आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट fertility testing protocols, what to expect, do's and don'ts. I know थोड़ा लंबा हो गया है, but this is really important and this is what you guys have paid for. Okay? अब ये स्टेज भी बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग होता है, राइट? It's a treatment phase. Fertility testing often happens in two stages. One is initial diagnosis workup and the other is जब आपका ongoing treatment cycle चल रहा हो. So knowing how these tests work and how to prepare will make the process smoother. So I'll quickly explain in two stages. Stage 1 is early diagnostic test. These are typically ordered when you first consult a specialist for infertility. The aim is to identify why you are not conceiving. So day 2, day 3 में hormone blood test, day 2, day 3 में periods के आपका ब्लड लेंगे, देन एफएसएच, एलएच, एस्ट्राडॉल, एएमएच, ये सारा टेस्ट आपका होना चाहिए. सो ये टेस्ट आपको करेक्ट डे पे करना है प्लान. ठीक है, वो नहीं कि अच्छा फिर तो एक पूरा महीना रुक जाएंगे तो क्या होगा, नहीं. इवन इफ यू हैव टू वेट फॉर 1 full month दैट्स ओके, बट डे 2-3 पे ही करने हैं ये टेस्ट. ठीक है, डोंट गेट इट रॉन्ग देयर, अदरवाइज आपका पूरा लाइन ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट थोड़ा मेस्ड अप हो जाता है. Ask your doctor if you should fast. Generally, ये hormone test में you don't require to fast, but some clinics will bundle them together with other tests. ठीक है? And don't test on the wrong days of cycle. The result will not be correct. That is really important. Hmm. An AMH test can be done on any cycle, but cycle day, but day 2, day 3 is the best for any of these hormone tests. Then thyroid and prolactin जो है TSH, वो भी ब्लड टेस्ट से ही होगा. सो डू फॉलो एनी इंस्ट्रक्शंस योर डॉक्टर्स आर गिविंग, लाइक मॉर्निंग फास्टिंग में सैंपल ज्यादा एक्यूरेट आता है. अभी ट्रांसवेजाइनल पेल्विक अल्ट्रासाउंड बहुत होता होगा आपका ना, जो लोग ऑलरेडी इन द ट्रीटमेंट है. सो अराउंड डे 2 और 3 या फिर 10 और 11th डे 12th डे के बीच में दे डू एन अल्ट्रासाउंड and they look at the uterus and the ovaries. So do go with an empty bladder, because if it is transvaginal scan, then you will be comfortable if it is your bladder is empty. They will check for ovarian cyst, antral follicles, फिर पूरा ओव्यूलेशन आपका ठीक से हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है. सो इट इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट, डोंट मिस दिस टेस्ट एंड डोंट गेट टू एंशियस. बहुत बहुत बारी हमें बहुत डर लगता है, एंशियस होते हैं, बारी बारी जाना पड़ रहा है, हर महीने जाना पड़ रहा है. सो वो याद रखना जो हमने पहले सीखा है, 3-3S रूल, वो याद रखना. ठीक है, एंड ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट इट माइट बी अनकंफर्टेबल, but it is something you're doing for the long run. So take it as a routine process. माइंड को जितना शांत रखेंगे उतना सही रहेगा. अच्छा, एक और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टेस्ट है HSG, जो एवरीबडी गेट स्केयर्ड ऑफ. सो इट्स एन एक्सरे टेस्ट डन आफ्टर योर पीरियड, टिपिकली डे 7 या 10 पे, एंड आफ्टर ब्लीडिंग स्टॉप्स बट बिफोर ओव्यूलेशन. सो इट्स एक छोटा सा विंडो होता है व्हेन दे डू द HSG टेस्ट. Usually take a pain reliever an hour before your doctor recommends. It can cause cramps, so do schedule it in a specified window. And then ask for antibiotics are needed. Some doctors give a preventive antibiotic dose to avoid infection because वो डाई से बहुत बारी हो जाता है. And don't plan anything strenuous on the day when you are doing HSG. ठीक है? And many women will also report a slight increase in fertility in the cycle after HSG, possible because the dye flushes out the minor blockages. But इस ये भी गलत है, मिथ है कि HSG की वजह से प्रेगनेंसी हो गया. So yeah, beware of those kind of myths. Semen analysis, I think all of you know, must have gone through it. Do abstain from ejaculation for 2 to 5 days before giving the sample. This abstinence window will ensure that the sperm count is optimal. So less than 2 days may give you a low count. More than 7 days can lead to a dead sperm. So you have to be careful for that. And do collect the sample in a sterile container. And सो ये जो एब्स्टिनेंस पीरियड है इसको ध्यान में रखना है whenever you're giving for sperm test also, and if you're going for IUI or IVF then also. So I think we have covered the most important test. Then there might be some advanced tests like a DFI, laparoscopy, endometrial biopsy. All this details in the gynecology workshop the doctors will give you. So keep your questions ready. ठीक है? एंड देन स्टेज 2 आता है जब आपका ट्रीटमेंट शुरू हो जाता है. अगर आप IUI करा रहे हो, IVF करा रहे हो, सो देन उसका पूरा एक फुल प्रोटोकॉल रहता है जो अगेन आवर डॉक्टर्स विल टेक यू थ्रू दैट, जिसमें आपका ओव्यूलेशन इंडक्शन भी होता है टाइम्ड उसके साथ. देन देयर विल बी इंजेक्शंस विल बी गिवन. IUI का आपका एग रिट्रीवल होगा, फ्रीजिंग हो सकता है, एम्ब्रियो ट्रांसफर होगा. ऑल द डिटेल्स वी विल डिस्कस मोर फॉर स्पेशली पीपल हु आर गोइंग थ्रू आईवीएफ. ठीक है. Okay, so I think we have covered. Now we have to just cover a few more important points, and this all they will give you in the group also. जो अगर आपको चाहिए कुछ जो आपने यहाँ पे मिस कर दिया है, they'll let you know. So for the do's and don'ts of IVF, we will do maybe another workshop on that. So why are we discussing this? By understanding this testing protocols, by understanding this treatment protocols, you become an informed participant in your care, not just a patient. अब पता है मेरा फर्स्ट आईवीएफ क्यों फेल हुआ था? क्योंकि उस समय मैं डरी हुई थी. बस जो डॉक्टर या कोई और भी बोल रहा था चुपचाप बिना समझे कर रही थी. कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा था क्या हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है. डर भी था, उदासी भी थी. आई वाज सैड मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम एंड क्वेश्चनिंग माई सेल्फ कि मैंने ऐसा क्या पाप किया कि मुझे ये सब झेलना पड़ रहा है. ये पूरा एटीट्यूड ही गलत था. तो कहां से होता कंसेप्शन? सेकेंड आईवीएफ के टाइम पे आई वॉज इन कंट्रोल, आई वॉज प्रिपेयर्ड. अभी भी डर था, उदासी थी, लेकिन आई न्यू हाउ टू कंट्रोल इट. क्यों ऐसा ही होता है कि क्यों, कौन सा ट्रीटमेंट क्यों हो रहा है वो मुझे पता. जब आप हर महीने आफ्टर ओव्यूलेशन पीरियड यू कीप प्रेइंग कि हो जाए प्रेगनेंसी, 2 लाइंस दिख जाए प्रेगनेंसी टेस्ट किट पे, और फिर जब नहीं होता है तो 4-5 दिन पूरा मूड खराब, पूरा स्ट्रेस. करेक्ट? टेल मी इन द चैट बॉक्स. ऐसा ही होता है. पूरा टाइम वेस्ट होता है. हर महीने का ये एक साइकिल जैसा बन गया आप लोगों के लिए. यस और नो? बट नाउ यू नो the hack to reverse that. So do not waste your precious time to get pregnant. Focus on Sankalp, focus on your habits and transformation, and remember, it takes time. Setback bhi honge, but you have to stay confident that you are doing your best to reverse infertility. And following the do's and don'ts will ensure accuracy of your, test results, आपका process. तो आपको वो धीरे धीरे कॉन्फिडेंस अपने ट्रीटमेंट पे भी आ जाएगा. अभी नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है कि कोपिंग विद डिसअपॉइंटमेंट, बिकॉज फेलियर्स होते हैं. आप में से काफी हैं जो मुझे भी पता है कि आप लोग का पहले आईवीएफ फेल हुआ है. सो हाउ डू यू मैनेज दैट? एंड द फर्टिलिटी जर्नी कैन बी एन इमोशनली रोलर कोस्टर. देयर विल बी मंथ्स दैट एंड इन डिसअपॉइंटमेंट, a negative test or a period arriving, possibly failed treatment cycles, and for some, the heartbreak of miscarriage. So it is crucial to care for your mental health and relationship through these down periods. Remember the rule of samarpan that I taught you earlier, and practice samarpan. You practice coping techniques. Firstly, acknowledge. Know that all the feelings you're experiencing are valid. It is normal to feel grief, anger, jealousy, like that pang when your another friend announces pregnancy. You know? Anxiety, hopelessness, or a sense of inadequacy. And both partners may experience emotions, though not always in sync. One might withdraw while the other needs to talk. So recognize these natural responses, not as weaknesses. Allow each other to feel without judgment. Accept your situation. Then you can do journaling, like write out your worries we discussed earlier. Write, I release this. There can be a gratitude journal to lift your mood. Let me give you some prompts, and the rest of the prompts you will get in the WhatsApp group also. But some prompts like this, like today I feel sad because, so this, what will it do? It will describe your current mood and what you think is triggering it. Then this helps pinpoint the emotions and their causes. So over a week only you will see the change. Or write a letter to your future child. Pour out your hopes, how much you long to meet them, what you want to do together. This can strengthen your resolve. है ना? रास्ते से डगमगाने लगेंगे तो वो पढ़ के आपको वापस से हिम्मत आएगा. And try every day to write on any one of the prompts. I'll give you 8, 9 prompts. You can also create your own prompts. But sit and write for at least 5 to 10 minutes a day and see how you will yourself observe the patterns. आपको मेरी या किसी साइकोलॉजिस्ट या किसी काउंसलर की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. You will yourself observe the patterns and you will see that cycle and will automatically know कि कहाँ गलत जा रहे हैं. And you will break it. And that's the beauty of this program. मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप खुद ही समझ लें, आपको और कहीं जाने की या कंफ्यूज होने की या परेशान होने की जरूरत ही ना पड़े. फिर सपोर्ट ग्रुप तो है ही, विच यू हैव नाउ. ठीक है, यू हैव दिस ग्रुप जहां पे यू शेयर ओपनली इन द ग्रुप, एक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट इन द एक्टिविटीज एंड बी ओपन. बिकॉज जब आप ओपन होंगे तो आप हील होंगे. Reach out to the coaches if you need to share or even vent. So seeking support is a part of samarpan. So finally, remember that samarpan is not a one-time deal. You might have to practice letting go every single day, especially on tough days. But each time you do it, you are breaking the chains of stress a little more. It is extremely liberating. बहुत अच्छा एहसास होगा when you reach to the point that I will be okay. My life will be meaningful and happy no matter what. I'm doing all I can and I release the rest. अच्छा, tell me one thing. If you are growing a plant from a seed, और अगर आप बार बार मिट्टी खोद के चेक करोगे कि सीड ग्रो कर रहा है या नहीं, क्यों नहीं ग्रो कर रहा है, तो क्या वो पेड़ निकलेगा? नहीं ना. So exactly. So when we stop constantly digging up the seed to check if it is growing, then it sprouts. So take a moment now. Inhale, and as you exhale, say in your mind, I trust this journey. It can be very emotional to say that. I know, but there's peace in it. You have set your intention, you're doing your action, and with Samarpan, you're saying that I surrender the timeline and outcome to a higher wisdom. And that mindset will carry you through any obstacles. Okay, so let's lighten the mood, and it's time for homework. ठीक है? Homework भी मिलेगा in my coaching. Yusha, I think I saw your message. Don't worry, we're just wrapping up another 5-7 minutes. So first, I need a sankalp from you that you will follow this 2 months program properly. Say yes. Okay, ready. जो मन करे डालिए आप chat में. You take a sankalp, right? संकल्प. ठीक है, कसम खाना है, संकल्प लेना है that you will do. Because मैंने और मेरी टीम ने बहुत मेहनत करी है, पर वो मेहनत पानी हो जाएगा, बेकार हो जाएगा अगर आप उसमें अपनी जान नहीं लगाओ. हमने तो बीज डाल दिया है, अब उसमें पानी डालना है, सूरज को दिखाना है, वो आपका काम. गुड, गुड. सो and take this sankalp that you will take action and you will do it with all your trust. विश्वास के साथ, ये नहीं कि अच्छा दो पैसे दे दिए, चलो देखते हैं, अरे कुछ समझ में नहीं आया, ठीक है समझ में नहीं आया वो भी ठीक है, थोड़ा ट्रस्ट करोगे तो स्टेप बाय स्टेप वी विल टेक यू टिल द एंड। वो आपको खुद समझने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगा, वो आपके सबकॉन्शियस में चीजें आ जाएंगी। And my team will share some habit forming tasks in the group. So do these. Do them, observe yourself and push your limits. So now we have covered a lot of ground in this workshop. Thank you so much. I think मुझे पता नहीं पर 2-2.5 घंटे तो मैंने बोल लिया है और आपने भी इतना अच्छे से सुना भी है, रिस्पॉन्स भी दिया। I'm so happy and grateful. So let's do a quick recap. So get pregnant mindset है, 3S है, संकल्प पहला, योर माइंडसेट इज अ पावरफुल फ्रेंड, चूज होप ओवर डिस्पेयर। ठीक है, यूज टूल्स लाइक विजुअलाइजेशन एंड एफर्मेशंस टू कंटिन्यूअसली नर्चर अ पॉजिटिव बिलीफ इन योर फ्यूचर। रिमेंबर, थॉट्स बिकम थिंग्स, सो फीड योर माइंड एंड थॉट्स ऑफ दैट प्रेगनेंसी होगा, हो रहा है, होने ही वाला है। दिस क्रिएट्स दैट मेंटल एनवायरमेंट फॉर कंसेप्शन। सेकेंड इज साधना, habit and action. Small daily actions bring result over time. So design a lifestyle. अभी कल संडे है, दोनों बैठ के सोचो कि अगला एक वीक तो एटलीस्ट एक वीक का कमिटमेंट लो कि कैसे कौन से छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स आप करोगे, क्या चेंजेस करो। ठीक है, जो डिजाइन अ लाइफस्टाइल दैट सपोर्ट्स योर फर्टिलिटी, मैनेज स्ट्रेस विद रिलैक्सेशन टेक्निक्स, कीप योर बॉडी एक्टिव एंड नरिश्ड, एम्ब्रेस होलिस्टिक प्रैक्टिसेस, अपना योगा आयुर्वेदा है, जैसे जैसे जो सिखाएंगे उसको धीरे धीरे ऐड करना। तो अभी फर्स्ट वीक में आपने एक बेसिक सेट ऑफ हैबिट बनाना है, फिर धीरे धीरे हर वीक जो एक्सपर्ट बताते जाएंगे वो हैबिट को स्टैक करते जाना। सो इट इज कॉल्ड हैबिट स्टैकिंग। सो बाय द एंड ऑफ द 2 month यू विल बी टोटली रेडी टू कंसीव। वो स्टैक होके पूरा फुल कंप्लीट आपका हैबिट फॉर प्रेगनेंसी बन जाएगा। ठीक है, सो यू can't control exactly when you will get pregnant, but you can control making each day healthier and happier. और जब आप हेल्दी और हैप्पी रहोगे, कॉन्फिडेंट रहोगे, कंट्रोल में रहोगे, तो आप ट्रीटमेंट डिसीजंस भी सही लोगे। नहीं तो आपको भी पता है और हमने भी देखा है कितने ही डॉक्टर ऐसे हैं जो गोल गोल घुमा देते हैं, कितने ही, ये कौन सी कंपनी है मैं नाम नहीं ले सकती, जो दवाइयां देंगे, ये दवाई खा लो ठीक हो जाएगा ऑनलाइन से, है ना। तो वहां पे आप अपने को मजबूत रख पाएंगे टू टेक द राइट डिसीजन फॉर योर ट्रीटमेंट, बिकॉज एक सही डिसीजन आपको प्रेगनेंसी जल्दी भी दिला सकता है और सही भी दिला सकता है। बहुत जरूरी है, मेरी खुद की जर्नी में मैंने देखा है, जब तक मैं कंफ्यूज थी, दुखी थी, पागल जैसा इधर उधर घूम रही थी, सब गलत सलत डिसीजन हो रहे थे। जिस दिन मैंने वो रिजॉल्व ले लिया, और हर डिसीजन जो भी मुझे कोच बोलता था, दैट डिसीजन आई वुड सी, एनालाइज and practically take, so things started changing and universe also supported in connecting me to the right people who would help me in the journey. ठीक है, so do your karma diligently, do your duty diligently, and after doing what you can, let go of the rest, samarpan, free yourself from the weight of constant worry. Constantly नहीं वरी करना है, ठीक है, एकदम कसम खा लीजिए आप लोग आज। Detach yourself from the result. Practice acceptance and live your life fully today. ये नहीं कि जब बेबी होगा तब, आज से ही। और जब बेबी होगा तब नहीं, बेबी तो होगा तो आज से ही हम इंजॉय करते हैं, तो बेबी को भी एक हैप्पी पेरेंट मिलेगा। दैट इज द थॉट। एंड डोंट पुट योर लाइफ ऑन होल्ड। ठीक है, दिस इनर पीस इज नॉट ओनली गुड फॉर यू बट फॉर योर हार्मोन्स ऑल्सो। जो आप टेस्ट कराओगे, देखना आपके टेस्ट के रिजल्ट्स भी इंप्रूव की तरफ चलने लगे। सो संकल्प, साधना, समर्पण, दैट्स इट, यू हैव द माइंडसेट मैप फॉर योर कंसेप्शन जर्नी। थिंक ऑफ इट लाइक अ साइकिल और अ सर्कल। Your positive mindset, sankalp, motivates you to take the healthy action, which is sadhana. Then your healthy actions give you the confidence to surrender for the outcome, samarpan. When you surrender, you reduce the stress, which further feeds the mindset, and the cycle continues upwards. As opposed to the vicious cycle of stress and negativity, जो आपको नीचे की तरफ ले जा रहा है. ठीक है? Okay, back to your homework. So आई एम योर फर्टिलिटी कोच, तो एक तो होमवर्क दूंगी मैं, सो दैट मुझे भी समझ में आए कि आप ये 2 घंटा सुने थे या इंस्टाग्राम स्क्रॉल चल रहा था साइड में, वीडियो भी नहीं ऑन कर पाए हम लोग. सो so I'll give you a tiny homework to solidify this. And don't worry, it will be enjoyable. So tonight, sit with your partner and write down 3 compliments. Sorry, compliment बोल रही हूँ मैं. Compliment वाला भी टास्क करना है, which I told you earlier, that you will sit with your partner, hold each other's hand and look into their eyes, and then afterwards stop and see, feel the change. दूसरा टास्क है कि you will write down 3 commitments, one for each S. जैसे संकल्प के लिए आपने बोला कि I will commit to replacing self doubt. ये नहीं बोलना कि I will get pregnant. जो मैंने सिखाया है, छोटे छोटे डुएबल चीजों में उसको ब्रेक करना है. ठीक है? देन साधना में दैट आई विल कमिट टू वन हेल्दी हैबिट, कि मैं रोज शाम को इवनिंग वॉक पे जाऊंगी या 10 मिनट का मेडिटेशन करूंगी या करूंगा. फिर समर्पण, आई विल कमिट. तो कैसे करोगे कि मैं उसको एक लाइन लिखोगे, देन यू प्रैक्टिस दैट. सो राइट दैट कमिटमेंट एंड मेक इट योर बोर्ड, योर कमिट, योर 3S बोर्ड. वो 3S बोर्ड बना के कभी भी जब आप कंफर्टेबल हो ग्रुप में शेयर करो, सो दैट इट मोटिवेट्स ईच अदर, का आपका पॉजिटिव एनर्जी एक दूसरे को मोटिवेट करे. ठीक है? वो आप शुरू करो एंड स्टिक दैट. उसका एक कॉपी लेके अपना फ्रिज पे या दीवार पे कहीं पे भी जहां कंफर्टेबल हो लगाओ, सो दैट वो कंटिन्यूअस देख देख के आपका वो जो मैंने विद्यासागर का सिखाया ना, वो रस्सी कर करके वहां पे छाप छोड़ दिया है. So that will happen. वो आपके दिमाग में वो बात छाप छोड़ देगा. ठीक है? And this is your mindset संकल्प पत्र. It will keep you accountable and focused. So वो आपको बार बार, आप भटक जाओगे, दुखी हो जाओगे, डिप्रेस हो जाओगे, वापस आपको आपके मेन 3S पे लेके आएगा. ठीक है? So I want to acknowledge to all of you that by attending this session, you have already taken a huge step towards a healthier mindset, and it shows your sankalp is strong and you're willing to make that positive change. And that itself is something to be proud of you. So clap for yourself, pat your back that you have started a mission. And trust me, not every couple confronts these issues hands on. Many suffer silently. They grow apart, बात करना बंद कर देते हैं, वो मायके चले जाके रहने लगते हैं. But you all are being proactive, and that is commendable. So this webinar, this workshop was the foundation, working on the inner landscape. And as I mentioned, we will have more sessions where we will deep dive into specific outer strategies, like we'll bring a fertility doctor, then Ayurveda doctor, yoga instructors, hai, psychologist hai, to guide you on your relationship and sexual wellness, intimacy, Vastu expert. Okay? So an entire holistic program is lined up for you. And with the Get Pregnant Mindset framework you learned today with me, you will be mentally prepared to take out the best of those sessions. And कुछ लोग, आप लोग मेरे साथ पहले भी थे, आप लोग इस प्रोग्राम में आए, आप लोग पूछ रहे थे कि वो तो अच्छा चल ही रहा था प्रोग्राम, क्यों आप लोगों ने ये नया प्रोग्राम शुरू किया या इस तरह का पूरा चेंज किया. वो इसलिए किया क्योंकि वहां पे माइंडसेट फ्रेमवर्क नहीं. what we observed in the pattern of last 5 years working with you guys, what we saw that lot of people will enroll in the program, but वो लोग योगा क्लास मिस कर रहे हैं, डॉक्टर का कंसल्टेशन मिस कर रहे हैं, बार बार वो लूप में चले जा रहे हैं। तो हमने सोचा कि हम इसको एक टाइट प्रोग्राम बनाएंगे 2 महीने का, और उसमें आपको ट्रेन करेंगे, उसमें आपको फ्रेमवर्क देंगे, सो दैट आप खुद उसको प्रिपेयर कर सको और आप उसमें खुद ही उसको मिस ना करो। And that is most important, habit formation. It takes a bit of time, but it gives amazing result. So habit formation is the key to this whole Garbha Sankalp program. ठीक है? Great. So final thoughts. You are stronger than you know. And before we end, I want to leave you with a message of encouragement and love. This journey can feel isolating. बहुत अकेला लगता है. But you have a whole community here. Look around at the participants. आप जैसे और भी हैं, और हम भी हैं आपके साथ. We are in this journey together. And you are not alone. And we will walk this journey together hand in hand. Keep that sankalp strong. Keep doing your sadhana and keep faith through samarpan. Your baby is lucky. They're going to have such an evolved, resilient, strong parents. I had my baby after 10 years of struggle, and so have so many couples who have worked with me and the whole team of Fertility Dost. They have conceived, so will you. Now we will meet again on one-on-one consultations with me towards the second month. So I'm going to ask you, क्या practice किया आपने और क्या changes experience किया, and in that personal consultation you can ask me all your doubts and we will discuss the exact path for you to get pregnant. So keep your chin up, hopes positive, and trust the process and actively work towards it. So I will be there in that WhatsApp group. So keep sharing your transformations, thoughts. खुल के बात करें वहां पे. I will be observing everything. Till we meet again. Take care, stay positive, and lots of baby dust to you. And remember that आप incomplete नहीं है. You're already complete, and when baby will come, he or she will add to your beautiful family. So कभी भी अपने को failure या hopeless नहीं feel करना है. And that baby will know that my parents really fought for me and loved me even before I was born. So what a lucky kid, and what a fabulous mom and dad you are going to be. And let's close this session on that note of gratitude and hope. And place your hands on your heart or on your partner's hand and silently say thank you. Thank you to yourself for being strong, and thank you to each other for being there. And thank you to the universe for listening. And I'm deeply grateful to all of you for sharing your time and energy with me today. It has been an honor to guide you, and I hope you find this session transformative, loving, and maybe a little bit fun. But I certainly feel a wonderful connection with all of you. And remember, I'm here for you. If you need any support, any questions, you are part of the team now. Feel free to ask. And we are going to very soon listen to your happy news of your miracle baby. So stay positive, And thank you so much. Namaste. Let me stop sharing now. Okay. Audrey, your okay. So Shala, Vikas, I'll close the meeting here.
Yes,
Should I
yes.
end the meeting?
Yes, you can end the meeting now.
Okay. ठीक है. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye bye.
Thank you, Rekha. Thank you. Subhajit.